Hello, my name is Steve Ashton. I'm the guy on Ravelry and elsewhere on the web known as the Wizard of BC, and this is the Wizard's Winder. Many of you have asked me to do a preview of my winder designed specifically for circular sock machines and explain a little bit of the criteria behind the design. So let's go. First of all, I wanted a winder designed specifically for circular sock machines that would handle almost any cardboard cone that's out there. Okay, there I'm using 6-inch cones. They're actually 6 3/4, but you can use the sharp pointy ones like this, which are handled by the Erlbacher knitting machine company, or you can use the ones with the wider top like this. There's so many different sizes, shapes, and styles of cone out there that I wanted one that would work with almost anything. So let me show you how that works. I currently have one of the pointy cones on the winder, and the whole secret are these little inserts. So you take that up, lift it up like this, unscrew, take the cone out, and you change the inserts. So I'm going to put the inserts in for a wide mouth cone. Show you just how easy it is to change from one to the other. And there we are set up for a wide mouth cone, and you'll notice the angle also changes to adapt to the different angles of the cone. The second criteria was I wanted dependability. Many of the cone winders that are out there, like the plastic Royal cone winder, I guess I've worn out 3 or 4 of the Royal cone winders trying to wind directly from a swift onto a cone. Many of us buy our yarn in hanks, and you have to put them on a swift before you can wind, and I was simply burning out the Royal cone winders trying to do that. So this one is strong. It is built with sprockets and chain, very similar to that found on a bicycle, so it should be as dependable as a bicycle. The third criteria is the engineer's creed. If you can't build something to do what it was designed to do and not make it beautiful at the same time, then why bother? So currently this is an oak version. I will obviously also be doing a maple version. Currently this prototype is hand cranked for those who want to go to crank-ins or where you don't have a long extension cord. I will also have an electric version available. So this is my working prototype. It is not a production version, and I want you to understand that. I will have a production version out very, very soon, but it is not ready yet. So here's how you work it. Coming from a swift, you bring the yarn through a tensioner, very similar to that found on a sewing machine. And that's what gives you a nice tight wind onto your cone. And then simply put a piece of tape on there and begin to wind. The Royal cone winder ratio of 1 turn of the handle is 4 turns of the cone. This is increased to 5.2 revolutions. So 1 of this to 5.2 of this. And that gives you a nice efficient thing. I can wind 110 grams of yarn in under 2 minutes on this winder. So we'll just wind for a second to show you. This has a very large handle on it. I'm not using my wrist to wind. So I'm keeping the stress on my wrist to a minimum. If you like the short handle, we can also do a short handle. But now I want to show you what a cone looks like. There's a finished cone on the cone winder. You'll notice it's nice and firm and tight, and there's no yarn barf off the top of the cone. So that's the type of winding that we're going to be doing, and it then comes off of that absolutely effortlessly without any yarn barf. So the 3 design criteria: dependability, use almost any cone in the world and have it pretty. I think I nailed it. Thank you very much, and I will let you know as soon as I have production versions available for sale.